Good morning, friends. Today we'll discuss about cooperative governance. Many times you come across the term corporate governance, but the thing is that whether it is cooperative that has been registered under the State Cooperative Society Act or it is corporate that has been registered under the Company Act, but the basic prima facie or basic rule to deal the organization is almost same. So by taking the particular case, I can discuss about to manage the organization or to govern the organizations, which things you need to be taken into considerations for getting better value for your overall stakeholders. This is one of the case report has been published in Bhamnikam. The case is just like that. One of the milk union that is called as Jalgaon Milk Union, which has been established just after the White Revolution, or you can say that after Operation Flood 1970, find difficulty to run in a profitable manner. So NDDB staffs are going to settle the organizations by finding out what are the different type of the bottleneck are there in the particular system and advocate some of the strategy to strengthen the particular milk union. This is the story that is going on in front of you. I have highlighted some of the important lines and which will be helpful to understand how understanding the structure, understanding the internal entity of an organization, understanding the basic rules to perform the organizations in more efficient and effective manner. You can establish, you can govern the organization in a better way. This is all about the case study. So coming back to the problem statements, the main objective of the paper is to understand how good governance can revive the performance of milk union by studying the experience of the Jalgaon Milk Union. You can say that this is nothing but the problem statements. Just I'm highlighting that is it is a problem statements on basis of which the particular case has been written out. Before that, some of the review of literature has been highlighted. One of the review highlighted that the cooperative members farm grade price dairy farming as the primary source of income, training, numbers of milking cow, cold storage, all are essential one to survive a milk union or dairy cooperative society. Suppose I make it into group, how it look like? It look like that it is nothing but it is the structure, it is nothing but how to create the income for the stakeholders, and it is nothing but how to manage your dairy resources, because ultimately dairy will or animal will give the milk. That need to be taken into consideration. If you are running the dairy cooperative society, the structure of the cooperative society is essential one. Their stakeholders need to get some money in their pocket by which they can buy the feed for their animals, and animals itself means suppose they are disease animal, they cannot give the milk, then ultimately structure will collapse. So whenever you run a milk union or dairy cooperative society, you have to think in that directions. Then next case has come, that is review has come, that is highlighted about diversification of the cooperative activities. Nowadays, whatever the business you have, your portfolio diversification is essential one. Portfolio diversification means you have enough product in your hand by which you can satisfy any of the customers. You are producing the dairy, simultaneously you should go for the dairy products. Simultaneously you have to use your wastages as much as you product you have to produce, and simultaneously market the same, then ultimately it will lead to the income, and all income will lead to the farmer welfare. Then coming to the another case study, the relationship between challenges before deriving strategy for welfare of the dairy farmers. Main important thing is that identify the bottlenecks, because numbers of times you identify the bottlenecks or challenges, identify the bottleneck, and simultaneously you have to put forth the strategy regarding this. Then and then only your organization will survive. To for the good governance, identifying the bottleneck and strategy is essential one. Then another case study has come. System of governance should not be rigid and imposed on cooperatives rather than flexible and adaptive. Nowadays, you all know that in the management, one term has always come that planning should be rigid and planning should be flexible. It means flexible and adaptive planning process, because once you are not revive your planning process or regularly not changing your structural planning process or operational planning process or the strategic planning process due to change in the current scenario, then and then only also you cannot tackle the issues and your governance system will be collapsed. You also take into considerations. Numbers of times it's a myth that dairy means women and women need to be empowered. But this particular research paper highlighted that you need to develop or establish your women simultaneously. Women and men both should be empowered. Both sets should be empowered. Only one looking into the one categories, your problem will not be solved. That is the things you need to be considered here. Then another case study has come, human and social factors rather than the structural factors. Because in the management theory, you all know that what is the organizations? Organization is organization का- organization is organization has its own objective structure, and it should manage by human resource. Numbers of times wherever you will find the big like organizations, structurally most robust organizations could not run properly in absence of proper human resource. You have to identify the proper human resource, you have to identify the knowledge, skill and aptitude, then and then only your organization will be strengthened, other than it will collapse. Numbers of times people are educated, but awareness level is very poor. They are not connect properly with the changing circumstances. Then in that time, market intelligence and informations need to be strengthened. Suppose your market intelligence and informations are not so much robust, then in spite of educations, people are not aware about it. So no doubt, cooperative education, which is one of the rules, and you can say that one of the law regarding the Cooperative Society Act, still you have to think about market intelligence and information systems. Then another review has come, that is sound governance requires clear defined rights and responsibilities. Where you can know the rights and responsibility. Without right and responsibility, everyone will derailed. They could not focus what to do. Role clarity is essential one. Role ambiguity is should be reduced down. For that sake, your overall policies, or you can say that your value, your vision, your mission, your plan, policy, your goal, your objective, your procedure, your rules, your policy, your project, your program, your budget, everything should be proper and transparent. If that is not the cause, your human resources cannot be connect the things and they could not deliver their best. Then another review has come. Cooperative leaders, in addition to the knowledge, must also be the person of honesty, integrity, and vision. Because numbers of times we are highlighting that leadership is essential one. Okay, it's essential one, but it should have some proper emotional quotient. Emotional quotient I have right here, because without it you cannot be a good leader. Your honesty, integrity, vision, empathy, that should be strengthened. That need to be considered for to do the proper governance systems. Then another term or another review highlighted that irregular payment, insufficient milk collections, predominance of private traders, improper place of establishment of milk cooperative society, lack of proper fat, not providing input. These are operational activity collapse. Or you can say that due to any operational issues. Operational issue means it is day-to-day programs, day-to-day activity need to be properly managed. Other than that, your governance system will be collapsed, whether it is corporate, whether it is private, whether it is the cooperative, sole proprietorship, partnership, corporation, anything. Your operational part need to be think out. In that way things will move on. But when the Jalgaon Milk Union has been taken into consideration, then it has been observed that initially it was smooth, suddenly things have started declining. Then find that where is the issue. Issue is in the line of governance. Governance means it has been found that the people who are sitting in the strategic level, their vision is very short term, their personal ambitions are too high, excessive staffs, manipulations, failure in the marketing front, they could not understand the market concept, over dependence on the government schemes. Government used to declare milk holidays, means numbers of times farmers are producing the milk, but union could not buy the milk. If these things has not been considered, then sustained dairy development will not be occur. Similarly, in the professional point of view, it has been observed irregular payment to farmers. If farmers will not get the payment, they will not feed the animals, and they will not feed the animals, animal will not give the milk, then ultimately a regular flow of milk will be impacted. Less realizations and unavailable operation leading to curtailing of input services. Different type of the input services, just for the example, feed. Feed always we go to the dairy cooperative society to the members, but you will not get the good quality of the feed. Then farmers will buy the poor quality of the feed. Poor quality of the feed give the poor quality of the milk. Then ultimately overall system will be collapsed. Member support, less realization from government milk scheme which sometimes forced to sell milk to buy in private players, because if you will not give proper support, then why anyone will be the member of the cooperative? That is the things you have to be look out. These are the challenges it has been observed. Then NDDB staffs has come, and when NDDB staffs has come, they find that major issue is cost costing. Many areas are there where the organizations are at maximum cost, maybe in the form of the salary, maybe in the form of the wages, maybe in the form of not utilizing their capacity efficiently. The organizations could not run properly. They advocate some of the strategy in this. In the governance they highlighted that purchase policy, recruitment policy, IT based policy, it means it is more toward the transparency, predictability, and accountability. Effective monitoring system, cost cutting measure be implemented, because numbers of times you all know that planning, organizing, directing, and control, that control measures have been put forth in the governance categories. Systematic member educational program, because you will not educate your members what to do, how they will do the things efficiently, you will not get the result. In the professional category, it has been observed the strategy should be induction of quality and competent manpower. Key profession areas such as procurement, marketing, product development, quality, these are the areas where you need good professionals. Where the people's percentage are so high, they are implemented VRS schemes, systematic approach in market development. Because if you are identify your market, develop the market, then you go for the more value added products. More value added products means more visibility, more income. That income will be go to the farmer level, and farmer will utilize their income for their own food consumption and the non-food activities. When food and non-food activities will be strengthened, your rural economy will be strengthened. It's very simple. That's why dairy development is more connected to the inclusivity in the line of rural development in the grassroots level. Then member support, input services are restarted, defunct of the dairy cooperative society, timely milk payment. It means all the operational activity need to be checked out. Then things will move on. It has been observed in 2 points: deterioration of the governance system, which in turn affect the faith of the dairy farmers. If your governance systems will be proper, that will create trust. If the governance system will be poor, then it leads to the trust issue. So governance doesn't mean that you just run the organizations. It means once it will be collapsed, trust issue will be come into picture. Second is government interference in the operations, lack of acumen to develop the marketing, negative publicity, absence of business leadership, vested interest, overall organizational objective, withdraw various schemes. It means complete value chain. I just write one point. In complete value chain, you find the bottleneck bottleneck in different activities. Go for strategy, then result will come. Other than that, if you will not think in that way, then complete system will not be as per your expectations. Then mismanagement, overstepping, vested interest from the elected board, lack of leadership, union could pay procurement bill to farmers more than the 6 month. It means I strongly believe that due course of the time, when more and more things will come into picture, governance should be managed by the agribusiness professionals. Suppose 10,000 FPOs will come, then who will do or who will handle their governance? These are the agribusiness professionals. They can find the issues where there is a cogs in the wheel, and they will give the strategy in their directions. Bad governance contribute to the failures. This is so much important one. I just make it highlight. If there is a bad governance, the system will not get anything or any pie from its profit. That's why governance part should be considered, and on that way some of the strategy they have been advocated in the form of the capsule. Consistent appreciations need to be think out. Transparency in the operation need to be done through technologies. Technology leads to transparency, transparency leads to trust. Discipline and control over staffings, credibility, reinfusing confidence, timely passing of the returns, expansion of the markets. It means market will create the revenue. Revenue will go in the form of the income that will create the trust, and trust leads to the governed by the transparency, discipline, and control. If these things have been considered, then the scenario will be changed. Your governance system will be better over the time, and on that basis mutual dependency relationship, DCS and union, they need to be connected properly. Other than that, one will be overoccupied, another will be underoccupied, then loading and system management will be impacted. Sustainable function in the society plays a critical role for gaining faith of the farmers, already discussed. In this way, the role of the dairy cooperative society, milk union, the supportive system that has been governed by the National Dairy Development Board is essential one if you strengthen the dairy cooperative society across the country. Governance, once governance system will be collapsed, then the people who are believe in it, the people their livelihood has been connected, that completely impacted. And cooperatives are interlinked. Good governance result in professional approach that leads to the trust. In this way, the particular case has been written down in the context of the governance, and once the governance will be checked out in different aspect, I am very sure the people will get the benefit from their own enterprise. Thank you all. Thank you for watching my video.